this is the hospital for the poor people, but we also take care of the rich people.
That was the most painful thing I ever experienced.
On the outskirts of Bangalore, India's third largest city, a unique experiment in healthcare. A hospital with a difference, determined to make a difference. In 2012, Al Jazeera brought you the story of Narayana Hrudayalaya, an Indian hospital that aimed to give the best possible care to anybody who walked through its doors, whether they could afford to pay or not. This week, we return to Narayana after 2 years to revisit the doctors and patients we'd met and see what, if anything, has changed for them during this time.
Let me go for a ride and show you how it is. So this is how it works. This is the joystick, which with this you can go forward, and this is the reverse, and this is the left and the right. So this is a powered wheelchair I'm using currently, so which has made my life more easier and more fun to live for. The credit goes to the doctor. Everything has changed in 2 years. I've become a different man now. More positive, more energetic. You can see me. So it's good. Life is going on cool, pretty much. No problem whatsoever.
When we first met Prabhu 2 years ago, his life was full of problems. His body was gradually shutting down. A nerve disease was paralyzing him, and there was nothing he could do about it. His every movement had to be made with the help of family and friends. He was losing hope.
My brothers, my sisters, my brother-in-law, all my cousin sisters, my friends really helped me out a lot. To commute, sometimes it feels really bad. But that's how my life is. I can't blame anybody for this, neither my parents, my fate.
Fate was not kind. Prabhu's eyesight had begun to fail rapidly. He could no longer do his job at a local call center.
I found that there was some problem with my eyes as well. These days, I've reached a situation wherein I can't see anything at all in the computer.
Quickly going blind and out of options, Prabhu came to the Narayana Eye Hospital for help.
When I saw him, he had very advanced keratoconus. Keratoconus is a condition where your cornea becomes thinner and thinner, progressively thinner, and starts coming out like a balloon. His vision was very poor.
Dr. HIMANSHU recommended a cornea transplant, a procedure that Prabhu couldn't afford. So the doctor arranged to do it for free at Narayana.
He has spent a lot of money on his medical treatment. He has spent a lot of money on his family, and probably he was the person who was a breadwinner in his family. And I was really touched by the whole thing, and yeah, I promised him that, okay, I'll do something for him. You're going to be very fine, don't worry.
Prabhu got a new cornea in his left eye. Being able to see again, even if it was with just one eye, turned things around for him.
The eye is doing really well. I can see very clearly vision. The vision is clear. The healing also is pretty much done. I think 90% it is done. So there is no problem. I can see pictures very clearly now.
It's not just his eyesight. Thanks to his doctor, Prabhu can now move around much more freely.
I just told doctor that I wanted to find a job. If there is a motorized wheelchair, it would be useful for me to go to the interviews and I can move around easily without anybody's help. So Dr. Himanshu, the entire credit goes to Dr. Himanshu. He's the one who spoke to a company called Mindtree. So with the help of Mindtree, they sponsored this motorized wheelchair, which I'm currently using. And after getting this wheelchair, I can definitely tell that my life has changed a lot, because I can move around anywhere and I can just go on. It has made my life quite easy. So this is the best buddy as of now for me.
But Prabhu wasn't out of the woods yet. He needed a job. Being 32 and unemployed weighed heavily on him and came up in every conversation he had.
I just don't want to be another piece of junk.
Yeah, you're not. No, I'm also on lookout for a job for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep our fingers crossed, and I'm sure you will get a good job, because you have very good knowledge in your computers. Yeah. You have like tremendous command over your language.
I feel like it is so very difficult in India to get a job.
I'm sure you're not going to be burdened on anybody.
Yeah,
you're an asset to whichever place you join.
But people, what I think, they don't see my abilities. They see only my disability. Based on that, when they judge, I feel like I get, because there are quite a few companies I've been for interview. Like that, everything I just passed with 100 marks on all the aspects of the interview. Finally, when HR comes and tells me like, I'll have to check on this HR policy. I don't know. But being a disabled, what is the policy they have to check?
Even without a job, Prabhu's life has been changing for the better. But that's not all. The hospital that has helped him turn things around is itself going through a transformation.
Seven 704-332.
Costumes, may I help you?
Hi, this is Peter calling from HalloweenCostumeSale.com. How are you doing today?
Doing good.
Well, I'm calling to check.
Prabhu, meanwhile, has been lucky. It turns out that Dr. Himanshu was right. It was only a matter of time before he would find a job.
Well, the product number is F as in Frank, W as in Whiskey, 5482.
With a bit of help from the doctor, Prabhu is now working again for a call center, this time from home.
I'm working for a US-based company, so I love to use American accent as well as use American name. So my American name is Peter John. So when customer call in, I open my call like, thank you for calling HalloweenCostumeSale.com. This is Peter, how may I help you? That's how I take the call. So the customer shouldn't get any doubt that he's calling back, in India. He has to get an idea that he's calling somewhere locally in US.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Scott, for your help. I really appreciate it. You have a nice day going on.
We try to get into some organizations which help differently able people to get their jobs and learn vocational skills. We put him across to those people, and finally somehow his efforts and his luck got him a job where they said with your expertise in previous job and with your kind of profile, well, you don't need to come to the call center, you can take up the call at home. It was quite a heartwarming thing that it's not the rehabilitation of his eye or vision, it's a rehabilitation of his entire person.
Just because of the eye only, everything else is fallen into place now. I've got a good job working from home, and I can see the world more clearly.
With his newfound mobility and a steady income, Prabhu has started to live his dream. He and his friends have got their old band back together.
We have all the equipments which is required, drums, keyboard, violin, and we have pretty much of everything we need. So we just that we'll have to gel together and start doing things now.
The band meets every week to practice. There's even an album in the works.
We already started. We have composed some 3 songs. So very soon there'll be something positive coming up. The minute I sit on my drums, I get possessed. You know, whatever, no matter however low I am, I just get charged up.
Music, friends, laughter. In the big city of Bangalore, Prabhu's struggle might be coming to an end.
Hello. Well, I want to know if the product is in stock or it is discontinued.
Meanwhile, Prabhu's night job with the call center has been hard on his eyes, especially the right one, which still needs to be operated on.
I don't see any clear vision in the other eye. I can see something is there right in front of me, but then I'm not able to accurately see what it is. So it's kind of blur kind of thing. I can say it has got only some 10% of vision in my right eye. So I'm finding it a bit difficult to manage with one eye, because when I'm working on a system for 10 long hours a day, it actually tampers my left eye, which is operated.
Prabhu's right eye also needs a cornea transplant, but that'll have to wait. His left eye still has 3 stitches in it from the previous surgery. Today, he's off to Narayana again to meet Dr. HIMANSHU.
Well, I'm going it's for a regular checkup. You know, I go every 2 months once. Doctor has told me that it depends on person to person. You know, the stitches stays on for some time. So once that stitches are out, probably they would plan for another eye surgery. It's time for you to lift me.
He's fine. He's doing very well. His cornea is absolutely clear. Pressure is normal. Vision is quite good. So I'm happy.
To Prabhu, Dr. HIMANSHU is more than just his eye doctor. He's already helped him find a job and a wheelchair. This regular checkup often drifts to more personal conversations.
No more. I don't need to be dependent on anybody. I feel like going out, you know.
True.
And feel like I'm walking back. I've got my legs back.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Everything happened because of you.
No, don't say like that. There are a lot of good people who have helped us in this thing. Probably next thing what we should be looking at is probably try to search for a job which is a day job where you don't have to stay awake whole night.
This night job, I feel very tired.
Yeah.
Actually, in fact, I logged out at 6 o'clock in the morning. I didn't sleep.
Right.
Moreover, that is fully like that.
Yeah, I'm talking to a lot of people. The only thing is most of my friends are in the industry, and I don't want you to go into the heavy machinery and those kind of areas. Somewhere around. But with your knowledge of computers and all things, I'm sure you will get much better job in the daytime also.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Absolutely. I am okay with any kind of job, admin kind of job, technical, customer service, anything.
Okay. See you then, Prabhu.
On the other hand, things are looking up for Prabhu. He feels fortunate to have received so much help from the hospital and his doctor. So he's decided to pay it forward. Today, he's organized a family cricket match for the people of his neighborhood. and in the evenings, he can be found working on his music. But Prabhu and his family still feel there's something missing. They now want to find him a suitable bride. One would think somebody as lively and outgoing as Prabhu would be quite a catch. But in this country of more than 1 billion people, finding a wife for a man who's blind in one eye and confined to a wheelchair is no easy task.
I'm trying for somebody who can accompany me with whatever I am. So even I'm trying, my sister, everybody are trying hard to get somebody. Nobody bothers to even look at what deep inside you're going through. And you don't get girls at all for marriage.
Prabhu's family and friends are determined. They are exploring every possible avenue to get him married.
Elders, they are going for this kind of orphanage, and they are finding for girls who can really understand. A girl who was in a situation, and yeah, she will know better what life is, and they both will compromise each other. That is what I think. I hope they will get a good girl very soon.
Across town, another kind of celebration. Prabhu's still blind in one eye and has yet to find a wife. But he's got his health, his music and his friends. All good reasons to party.
No matter how bad it is, but still I will keep my head up. That's how I've been and that's how I'll be always. So nothing can stop me. I'll be rocking always.
Cheers.